So, kind of a God story. My adoptive parents, whenever they first became foster parents, they looked at the state book of kids, which, yes, that is a thing. If you're ever curious about seeing what that looks like for your state, Google it. It's kind of wild. There's a lot of kids out there. There's a lot of sibling sets out there. But anyways, my parents both looked and inquired about, they were interested in inquiring about me. At that time, I was not interested in adoption. They were primarily looking for foster to adopt. My case plan at the time was adoption, but I just was not interested. I was fine staying where I was at, aging out, and going through the motions. Well, they ended up taking in my sister and also a couple of other teenage girls after my sister, and they just had some not so great experiences, so much so that they were going to let their license expire. And it was probably right around a year later, maybe a little bit more, I'm not sure, somewhere around there. I decided that I was ready to move outside of the city I was living in, to get out of the area, out of the circumference of manipulation. So I had asked my adoption worker if that family was still interested, or if she had any resources outside of my current area. And she was like, you know what, let me reach out to this family again, see if they are interested. And I went and visited them 4th of July weekend and moved in a week later. And then at the end of the month, their license was set to expire, so they had to quickly get that renewed. But thankfully they did, because that's where I ended up staying for forever. I, at first, didn't want to be adopted, and they were fine with that. They helped set me up for success, helped me get my first job, kind of taught me a little bit more than what I was taught about, like, saving money and all the things, in order to prep me for moving out when I was 18. And right before I turned 18, I changed my mind, and they said, okay, let's do it. So sometimes it works out.